Hi, my name is Melissa Bomey, and this is my introductory video for data analysis and assessment. So looking at personal demographics and things about me, I grew up in Northwest Kansas and I've never really left. I went to school in Atwood, Kansas, and then graduated and moved on to Colby Community College and Fort Hays State University. I got my bachelor's in physical science education, looking to teach physics and chemistry when I got out. Currently, I live in Levant, Kansas, which is a little unincorporated town 8 miles west of Colby. Colby is where I currently teach, so right close by. I just got married last year to Michael Bomey on March 14th, Pi Day. I'm currently 9 months pregnant, so we could have a baby pretty much any day now. My due date is actually June 20th, so we'll see how this class goes and hoping I have the energy to finish it all. I just completed my 7th year teaching and coaching. I spent my first 2 years in Weskin, Kansas, which is just south of Goodland. There I was a 7th through 12th grade science teacher because, again, that school is super small. There's like 90 kids K through 12. And so I was the only science teacher for middle school and high school. I also coached basketball, track, and cheerleading there. I have just completed 5 years in Colby, and again, that's where I'm currently at. I started out as a science teacher teaching chemistry and physics and physical science like I had always hoped, but recently we have lost math teachers and we have been having a hard time replacing them, and so I got moved more towards math. So currently I teach chemistry and algebra 2, and I am the high school cheerleading coach. My goals are just to be a lifelong learner and continue to grow as an educator. And so in order to do that, I chose that I would take classes to work towards something. So I'm working towards my master's in education with an emphasis in chemistry. My hope is that eventually I can offer advanced or dual credit classes to high school students so that they can pursue their chemistry goals in the high school environment and setting, and really just to be the best possible teacher for my students. And so any education I can get in the education field or chemistry field really helps me progress towards that goal. I really have no interest in leaving the classroom right now. I enjoy teaching. I don't have administrative desires. I just purely want to improve my knowledge in education and get a lot of professional growth to become a better teacher. I have served on various leadership committees like the building leadership team, multi-tier system of support team, but because I got switched to math, we kind of dropped those from my schedule so that I could get my curriculum ready for math, because that was a big change for me. And so currently I'm just on a building relationships committee, working on making students feel more welcome, making staff and administrators closer, all of that fun relationship stuff within the building. Reflecting on data use and analysis, our district does several things. We have a lot of data sources. We have a 20-day screener each semester, the first 20 days, that we use to identify at-risk students and decide on interventions needed. So what we use are our STAR Math and STAR Reading results, state assessments, DNF list, the language spoken, connections to staff, whether or not they're active in sports or activities, if they're ESOL, IEP, migrant, if they have any disciplinary referrals, if they've moved in recently, how their attendance is, and if the administration has identified them at risk. Screeners are taken multiple times a year also to inform the school of the progress the students are making and to identify if students are in need of support. And so our main screeners are STAR Math and STAR Reading and Ames Web. We also look at our state assessment scores and really ACT scores to find gaps in student learning, identify again what students may need support, and restructuring our curriculum. So just last week we met as a K through 12 math department looking at all of these data sources like our STAR Math and our state assessments and we are working on realigning our curriculum to fill some of those gaps and improve our scores. Our school also conducts the Gallup poll to get other types of data, not just academic, but how our environment is within the building, the relationships students feel within the school, and if they feel motivated or engaged in their learning. Now, having said that, we spend tons of time looking at data at faculty meetings, at committee meetings, staff development, really just a lot of times, sometimes individually. And so we're constantly giving feedback back to the school. However, I feel like that's where a lot of things stop. And so we don't always see the changes being made or evidence of growth or anything, because, again, I think a lot of us, we just analyze the data, but then it stops there within the district. And so that's something that we need to become better at. My personal data use and analysis, I'm constantly taking formative assessments during class, asking questions to figure out if I need to spend more time, if the students are understanding what we're doing. And then I also use summative assessments to guide my teaching, if I need to reteach something or change my pacing. And down here, some examples of data I use. I have data that I type in all the test scores or quiz scores, and I see max, mins, medians, and averages to see if I need to reteach or look at my teaching. And then down here, from these two are from my math curriculum, and so that tells me how students are scoring on each assignment, so that I know if I need to go back and look at particular assignments, if there's something I need to reteach, and then how are they keeping up, so their progress, are they completing their assignments on time or getting them done. Now, overall, just reflecting on that, I have a hard time knowing what needs to be changed. Sometimes it's hard for me to find the time to reteach and allow time for the change to occur. Maybe I get behind in grading, and so I'm not always timely in looking at my data, and so by the time I see that I need to make a change, it's almost too late, and I just really need more forms of feedback and more data sources to become more effective in what I'm doing. Overall, for this course, I'm hoping this course helps me become more familiar with various forms of data, how to analyze different forms of data, how to use that data to inform the decisions I make within my classroom and within the school committees I serve. I hope that this provides me resources that I can that will further guide my education in data analysis and assessments. And I really just want to learn to become more effective at using data-driven results to inform my instruction, my classroom procedures, and just overall become a more effective teacher. All right, that's it. Thank you. Bye.